Ford Focus. There's a white one over there. That must be it. Has a little bit of a crab walk to it. I guess we'll see. Three 738. It's a standard. Fuel level low. Probably scrape that gravel off the bed. Otherwise, State Patrol won't like that. Weird. It's thick gravel. Looks like everything will stay. See if the brake will keep it where it's at. Nice. That's good. Could not do that in my Ranger with the parking brake. Truck would just roll back. But that's because pretty sure that means my rear brake shoes are worn. But I could be wrong. So far my truck's the only one I can't do that with. I'll pull it forward just slightly. Jeez. Okay. Perfect. This one, I'll have to work in there a bit better. Alright, yeah, I'll still get it. Usually you can get away with having a little bit of stuff on your bed, but nothing that looks like metal or bits of plastic. Usually they don't like that. I mean, nothing's gonna fall off of here. A few times I've left tools on here before. I almost couldn't believe it. They didn't move an inch. I don't know if that has to do with, I mean, it likely has to do with my driving, but because I don't really take corners very sharp, or at least I don't take them very quickly. I tend to slow and stop. I tend to brake slowly and stop slowly, turn slow. Because it makes sense to me. A truck like this, especially if I have a car on the bed, even if it's secured, I still tend to take it easy on the turns. Okay. Good, rear tires are good. $22044. That's cool.
So
Morning.
exciting. Hi there.
How you doing? Does it still run?
Yes, it does. So
Nice.
it has. It has. I mean, it's got brand new tires on it even. But the reason that it's totaled doesn't have to do with drivability.
Does it have some water damage?
Yeah, so the seats have a little bit of water damage. And
Yeah.
we filled out this questionnaire on the website that said, has it been damaged by flood? And no, it hasn't. But
It's probably just bad seal or...
yeah, it might be a bad seal or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can see the mold inside the car. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
Sweet.
what it is. So, yeah. Cool.
Well, that's
All
yours.
right. Thank you. And then do you need the title?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just got to double check that it's signed
Yes.
in the right spots.
There you go.
They want 3.
3 signatures? All right. I know I've got 2 signatures on there at least. Oh, there's a third.
Just one more.
Okay.
Right there.
Gotcha.
They like even though it's the same usually.
Signature of registered owner releases all interest in vehicle. First legal owner, second. Oh, registered owner.
Yeah, it's usually exactly the same, which is why they put same as legal owner, but
12. What's today's date? The 16th? 15th? What day is it today?
It's the 16th.
Okay.
Yeah.
16/24. Yeah. All right. There you go.
That's it.
Yep. That's it.
Nothing else.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, let me know if it's accessible enough. I mean, this is stupid.
I got to move it out anyway because I'm going to leave the rear tires on the ground.
I'm sure that I spent probably like $800 on new tires and wheels in like February, and then in March I stopped driving.
Yeah, the wheels do look new.
So, yeah.
Newer. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
they're different. In the front and the back. Cool.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll get it picked up.
Thank you.
Let's see if she'll start. Should. It says it runs. Just a little bit of mold. She did. It's okay. Go ahead and jump it. Huh. No, I normally don't see that mold. That's weird for that to mold to me. But I usually never see that. Looks like it's been jumped before. Okay. I didn't put my jumper back in its little box. It's had a late night jump start. It should still have enough juice. Yeah. It's got 3 bars. That looks like power. Yeah, it's power. I don't know if I'm into the POV style, because I move my head around a lot. And right now with the POV, you can't really see me hooking it up to the jumper to jump it. She's alive. Okay. Let's see if I can. Oh my goodness. Well, the steering is doing something weird. It's likely got more issues, but it's not something important to me. I'm gonna pull it right here and readjust the truck. Backup can. Yeah, it can get right up on there with that camera. That's why I use it. And I don't need to get out and double, triple check my positioning. Because in this case, I already know it's good. Perfect. And this could go in more. Sometimes I let it run for a bit. It's just so that the guys at the yard may or may not be able to, you know, start it up again without hooking their jumper up to it. They don't know that I do that, but I do that often. Or if it's on the bed, sometimes if I got a short distance, I'll just leave it running. That way when I get to the yard, I can just drive it off versus having to jump it again. Sometimes you might not want to do that though if there's fluids leaking. Luckily in this case I don't see anything. This rust is why I tend to spray all my ratchets. Because the rain here, some years anyway, just rusts the heck out of some stuff. So I usually use a WD-40 dry lube. That works pretty well. Or the garage chain lubricant. And they said it was front wheel drive. Oh, I just left the e-brake on. A good rule of thumb for this is right where the license plate meets the bed, or just above it, and you're usually at your right height. Of course, that's if the vehicle is a stock height. For most anyway, it wouldn't work for something, you know, a little bit lower like a Miata. Usually you gotta go lower than that. Another good rule of thumb I do is I stick my shoe underneath the chain. They say you want like 2.5 inches of height, but I wear 13.5 shoes, and my shoes are usually pretty big, and so as long as I can stick my shoe under there and not touch the chain, it's usually perfect. I'll turn it off. Sometimes the light malfunctions. It's brand new, but I think they need to redesign the connections on the inside of those. Because I just I opened and shut the door and the light. Yeah, look at that, now the light's off. So I'll just change the position here. It's a little silly. That's what it does. These are still tight. they've updated it. Interesting. It's not, puts the weight up there on the little screen. Cool. I never get to see it. I wonder what it is. Ooh, went up to 22. Scale anymore. Huh. Cool. This is where I think the helmet mount is better because y'all can at least see where I'm looking. And for some part, what I'm looking at maybe. But with this chest mount or neck mount, POV mount, whatever you want to call it, can't really see what I'm looking at. Not really. I wonder if I wear a jacket, would it interfere? Well, it doesn't interfere with the vest, but okay. Let's see, and I'm in the wrong spot actually, because I'm not dropping the Ford Focus here. Right now, I'm dropping the Mazda. The Mazda is actually going to be on the other side, is where the Mazda is going to be. And I don't really know where that's going because sometimes they got little games that they start over here. So I don't know. It just looks like we're going brand new row to me. That's what I'm gonna do. Is full. So this is where I'm gonna go ahead and start right here.
1
I can get the window up. Usually leave them down so I can make sure ain't nothing gonna lock on me and lock me out. And let's see here if I can get a zip tie through both these. Yeah, maybe in there. Maybe if I bend it. Ah, yes. Success. Sometimes you can just fling them off, but it doesn't always work. Oh yeah, these are good shoes for kicking these bars off. Sure I don't forget my light bar. I have before many times. Which is why I normally stick it right here in front of my seat. That way I know I didn't forget it. Sometimes I'll stick it behind me on the actual bed. The bed head. Alright, now I'm dropping the Mazda off on the other side. Or not the Mazda, but the Ford Focus. Be pretty easy since it's just a standard transmission, so I can just roll it right off. Sometimes I'll wait for these guys to see if one's just gonna pull out right as I'm parking here. But I don't always wait. Yeah, like right now I'm not going to. He's not pulling out right away, so. Sometimes I'll readjust. Just to help out a little bit, because I know they're gonna have to move the vehicle over anyway. And the rows are not exactly straight when you drop next to each other, because you only want to get so close to the other driver, but luckily this car runs and drives, so I'm just gonna drive it to where it makes sense. You see, like, that guy just moved out, so I could stop what I'm doing and reposition, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to drop it here, and if I want to, I'll drive it over there. It's really not that big of a deal. I go through cars on this side pretty quick. This ratchet needs some WD-40. I think I got some of that gravel stuck in it. I've got chains I can use too to tie down the rear. Sitting under my bed. Typically I'm using these straps for the most part with vehicles that are running and driving, or ones that well, usually it's for ones that are running and driving. If I'm doing like a big truck or something, you know, I'll use chains, unless it's running and driving and it's just not, you know, it's not a 2500 or anything like that, because the straps are pretty good. They're pretty quick. I think they're rated for, what are they rated for? Is it 4500 or 3500? Yeah, their working load is 4,000. So, you know, 4,000 times 4. I know it probably doesn't really actually work out that way with the math, but yeah, they're strong enough as long as you get them tight and on the right spots. It probably depends on how you drive too. I'm sure if I ran straps and I went around the corners real sharp, you know, real quick, anyway, I'd have some movement. But even the one in a standard transmission with just the e-brake on, it didn't move. There isn't always a good spot underneath either for the chains. I'm sure there are spots people use under there that I'm just not, but you know, this car is still in fairly decent condition. Which is great when you're using straps. You typically don't ever hurt the vehicles using the straps. And I've heard, you know, you can hit brake lines and stuff if you're too close to the wheel or you go too far back, but you know, I haven't actually seen it. Oh, that's how you go in reverse. Interesting. I always forget, you know, some of the sticks, they got a pull up or push down type deal when you want to go in reverse. So I helped him out just a little bit. I moved it over here to the first row where they check these things first. So it's a little less work on their part. Brake on, window up. And they told me you typically want about 6 to 8 feet in between vehicles. Seems like they really like it at 6 feet, and it's just so that when the forks go underneath, they don't grab the other vehicle behind it. Oh, okay.
Yikes. It's a lot of parts and that's a tiny car.
I wonder if they'll all fit in the back.
I don't know. You want to look?
Oh yeah, what a mess. Well, let's see here. I can. They kind of look like they were going to get it back. Let's see if these seats come down. There's something red here. It looks like a button. Oh, that one's already released. Let's release the other side. How does that release? It looks like there's a button. What's this? It's not that. Huh, maybe it's not really functioning well. That's for car seat. Well, shoot, that would have been real handy. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't say how that releases. Ah. Okay. That's better. I'll stuff some of them in there. Picture their seat after. First, load up these parts. You got a camera here? Yeah. Yeah, this looks like one they would get. They would want back, but I guess it's totaled, so. Is it? Oh, It just looks like it's a manual. Interesting. Oh. She dead. Why is the accessory still on? Oh, I see they've just got it latched here with the wire. Let's see here. Battery there. See if I can get that to stick up. Good enough. Of this I could just stuff in here. Oh, tons of little tiny things. This is one of those with the shop. Gets it all taken apart like it's gonna get repaired. Of course, in the end, no repairs being done. So all these parts are just loose. Doesn't happen all the time, but it definitely does happen sometimes. Where it's like they're just on the verge of possibly repairing it or not. Gotta get parts out. It's pretty ridiculous, but car still runs and drives. Still in pretty decent condition for the most part. I certainly put money into it, personalizing little things. Oh. Well. Nothing like some washer fluid. There's no real place for this flatbed. This is the best place for it. I'm gonna take it all out when we get there anyway and toss it on the floor. Put a lot of it in a garbage bag. It's usually what they do, especially with the broken parts. They're all just gonna go into a trash bag for the most part. Nice to have his bed cleaned. All these parts. Nice. Okay. I don't take their little containers, so they like to keep these. So normally I'll just pour them out, but before I do that, I'll make sure these are correct. These little bits go there too, right?
Yeah, but I think the box.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are keeping your boxes.
What are you gonna do with it?
Pour it out in there. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I always leave the boxes. It's no problem. And part of the reason why these get stuffed in here instead of getting a place on the bed is because, you know, not only the time to strap all this crap down, but better off sticking it in the vehicle than risking getting pulled over for something loose or flopping around. So most of these are going in the vehicle. Almost all of it. Almost all of it. Our personal items, they'll come get when they're ready. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna stick the rest on the truck. I'm gonna flip myself around so I'm not blocking the entrance. I'll just drive it up right here. Position myself. And then turn around. This way I don't block the entrance. And I'm not really blocking anybody else. I'm just gonna be on the side. That way when I put my bed out, it's only on the side. Not in anyone's way. Luckily for me, this thing runs and drives. See, I'm not in anyone's way. It smells hot. He's probably. Normally you can just line yourself up with the winch and the rearview mirror and you're up there straight. But I like to stick my head out the window a little bit just to make sure I'm straight enough. Okay. Bit of a twist to it. This is the one that has that gravel in it. There we go. That's much better. Okay, the rest of those parts. And the bumper is pretty much trash, but I don't throw them away. Sometimes they ask me to mark for missing parts. Of course, you don't always know what's missing, but this is something they would normally just toss in the trash, you know, if it's half gone. I'll scratch this other car, so. Normally, this is usually what I do with them. Stick them here, and then I'll zip tie it to a strap and throw chains on it. Because the weight alone is going to prevent it from going anywhere, really. And it being zip tied together makes it a lot easier just to drop off too. And I've always got, if I remember anyway, hopefully I always got a bunch of zip ties on me. These are their little free key zip ties. But for this, it'll work perfectly fine. So I just find some holes to go through. Actually, I'll zip tie these two together. Actually, I'll zip tie all three together here. So you see a hole there that lines up. See, those are zip tied together. And I'll go ahead and zip this together. The zip ties are a little small, a little weak, but they're not gonna, it's likely not going to go anywhere. Especially when I do this. The weight. I've had bumpers up here. Just the weight of the chain alone. And I'm guessing, my okay driving. They just don't go anywhere. Oh, it's Housetown. Going anywhere, but I'll go ahead and zip tie it to the front of the car anyway, just for some extra insurance. Now you can take a ratchet strap, of course, and just ratchet this somewhere onto the car, or even zip tie it onto the car and leave it with the car. But this is going to be good enough. It's not going to, unlikely that it will go anywhere at all. Sometimes I'll twist them around each other, but oh yeah, that's right, the hood. That little metal wire piece in here I tossed. Of course, I don't want to forget my jumper. Did I stick it down there? No. Where did I toss that? Oh, it's probably back there in the back seat with all this other junk. That's fine. Oh, there it is. I'll put this back on the hood. That way the hood is sure not to go anywhere. I probably could have kept this running since it was dead, but well, sometimes I forget. There we go. Hood will stay. Okay. I can get moving on to the next one. Must be that little thing. Godzilla. Owner has keys. Okay, so he must have them. How you doing?
Hey.
Here for the Versa.
Okay, hold on a second.
Sure.
Oh, is there room on there?
Yeah. It'll go on the tail.
All right.
Yeah. The rear wheels will just stay on the ground
Okay.
like a trailer.
It's drivable, so if you want to.
That's perfect. Okay, I'll get it loaded up.
Okay.
See if that's good. Might be good enough. You know what? Maybe I should take a piece of tool off of there. Perfect on that side. So I could go in some more. That's good. Usually don't hear that hum. See if one of them are going to leave right away. I'll just pull into their spot. Well, it looks like maybe one might be. Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Lots of State Farm drop-offs today. As it runs and drives. I don't like parking so close. Because I know they need to get out and move around the vehicle. I'm not going to hit them and nothing. And I know they're probably not going to hit me, but just in case anyway. See, this is one of those you can just flick them off. They come right out. Everybody's bringing in State Farm today. Try and get it right where the label, where the marker is. Sometimes it's not right, but try to do our best to get it. Not back far enough to where they don't have to move it later. Luckily for them, this one's easy because it's running and driving. Same with the other one. And the e-brake's on. This one I think I'll unload in the next row. unload in the next room with this one. See, it didn't move at all. Chains barely moved. It's likely because the air is just going around everything at this point once it hits the cab. It's not going to blow this stuff around. I wasn't that worried about it. I'll just let it come down with the car when I roll it down. Since it's busted anyway. It's unlikely that they're going to salvage it. The parts, I mean. The car, probably. It'll probably get auctioned off. Somebody will probably get a sweet deal out of it, maybe. I've seen some pretty good deals. Alright for that stuff to come with the car. It's only zip tied right there, so it's not going to cause any more damage. And if it does catch on anything, that zip tie will just break.